मेरी कहानी मेरी जुबानी. With this, I Harika Yadav from class 9th B from Raj English School is going to tell you a story on the topic Framing the Nation Vision of Dr. Ambedkar. Long ago, in a small town called Mau in Madhya Pradesh, a little boy was born on 14th April 1891 named Bhim Rao. His father's name was Ramji Maroji Sakpal, who was Subedar at a British official, and his mother's name was Bhima Bai. He was born as a bright, curious, and full of questions, but the world around him didn't see him that way. He belongs to Mahar caste, which was considered as untouchables, and the people around him only saw his caste, and with his caste he had to face many discrimination at a very young age. At school, he was not allowed to sit inside the class with the students of upper caste. When he was thirsty, he had to wait someone from the upper caste to pour him water, as he was not allowed to touch the pot. The barber denied to cut his hairs, and many more. He became a child thrust not just for water, but for respect. On seeing his desire and ambition to study, one of his teachers, Krishnaji Keshav Ambedkar, gave his title Ambedkar to Bhim Rao to make him sit inside the class with the students of upper caste and gain equal education at par with them. Years later, his hunger for knowledge took him far away from his home to Columbia University in America and then to the London School of Economics. There he studied law, politics and society. The boy who once sat outside the classroom was now standing at the doors of world's greatest university. He used to say, the cultivation of mind should be the aim ultimate of human existence. When India finally became free on 15th August 1947, our leader turned to that same boy, but now as a Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, to draft the Indian Constitution. As in India, no one was more educated than him. As the chairman of drafting committee of Constitution, he worked day and night turning his dream into words. Each line of that great book carried his belief in equality, fraternity and liberty. He wanted a nation where no one would feel less than human only because of caste, gender and religion. Ambedkar's voice often rose against the inequality and social injustice, especially for women, children and oppressed. He boldly said that I measure the progress of a society by the degree of progress which women have achieved. Even when he faced criticism and isolation, he never stopped believing in his vision, as he knew that the real freedom was not about ending the British rule from India, but it is about ending the social inequality and injustice from India. In 1956, seeking peace and dignity, he embraced Buddhism with his millions of followers, and through this he taught that true changes begins with mind and heart. On 6 December 1956, he left this world, but his light never faded. He once said, life should be great rather than longer. And indeed, his life was great, great enough to give India its backbone, its heart and its soul. Thank you and have a glorious day ahead.